Hello everybody. Sorry I haven't done a video, but it was school holidays and you know what school holidays are like. They take up all your time and it's definitely not quiet for filming a video. So I thought I would just post a variety of things that I've done. So it's a bit of a flip through and I might talk a little bit about it as well. So yeah, the sort of collage-y things that I do are very layered and quite busy. And sometimes that's, you know, I think this one's really successful. Even though it's busy, there's a structure to it and focal points and that sort of thing. And it's, yeah, you know, I build them up and they kind of happen organically. I don't overthink what I'm going to do. It's just like, oh, it feels good to put something there, and then, you know, that makes me think, oh, I want to balance that color somewhere else. So, you know, like with this bluey greeny thing, and the little hearts along here makes them pop, so brings them to life. But yeah, like this one, I'm less happy with. So I really like the bottom bit, really like her. And I really like this teapot and the pouring the water in here, but I don't like the girl up there. It's too busy. So I'm thinking that she's just covering that and going, yeah, that's a much better balance to the image, you know. So yeah, have a think about that when you're creating things. Put things in, take them away. Oh, actually, that's a better way of doing it. It just, yeah. She just distracts me. She annoys me. So if I take her out, I'm much happier. What else have I got I can show you? Oh, yes. So I just was playing around with some paint. I think I did this on purpose. Like a lot of the time it's leftover paint, but I think I actually squeezed some paints out and I was playing with the blues and greens because I like that. And then, yeah, not knowing what I was going to use it for in particular. And I've been doing, I want to do a portraiture course, which was supposed to start yesterday, and it's a bit iffy if it's going to go ahead or not. But I thought because of that, I've never done portraits, I better practice a bit. So I've been doing portraits, like actually getting images from Google and you know, trying to draw them. But then this one was me, because that's a bit, I don't know, it's an important skill to have and I would like to develop it to use it in my painting, but it is a bit dull. I'm not one of those artists that wants to make things look like they look. I think, well, that's why God invented cameras. I like playing around with things. So with this one, I've just sort of pushed the hand and the features, so they're not really, they're obviously recognizable, but they're beyond normal. And the face is slightly twisted, so it's sort of one angle at the top and a different angle at the bottom, and the jawline is bendy and odd, and I like that. That's the kind of weirdo I am. I really like how her arm turned out, because I just stuck the hand in and then I thought, I could actually join it on. And then to bring attention to that, I just sort of created this fabric, you know, just by doing, it's amazing what just a couple of lines will do. Just creating that little line there gave this the whole sense of it being a garment on top of the arm. And then I just decorated, you know, to indicate some sort of fabric design. What else? Oh yeah, another little drawing. I actually painted this initially and didn't like at all how it turned out, so I was just sitting on the couch last night and started drawing into the painting. So, and I quite like all that variation of line, you know, sometimes like a fine line, you know, contrasted with a really thick line, just gives a dynamic to the image. So yeah, when you're creating, thinking about that too. Don't know if you can see that one. That's one of the portrait ones that I did. That's another piece which is more, I think I drew the face in pencil first and then thought, this was where I started getting a bit bored with just drawing faces. I mean, I'd done about 10 of them or something. I get bored easily and quickly. Yeah, so I decided to put some colour in, and then I decided to make a little stamp out of the foam that I use, and then I put a little bit of colour in the face, and I went back in with my preferred utensil for drawing, which is just black biros. I really like them. I think it's because for so many years I was in meetings and even at school, and that was all I had to draw with, so they feel really familiar to me, and I'm really comfortable with what they do. You know, the thick and the thin lines you can get with biro, and even incorporating the blobs of ink when they come out can be an interesting challenge. So this one, I'm doing another painting course because I paint and have done for off and on for about 13 years now. But I've really just taught myself. You know, if I get stuck with things, I just look on YouTube these days for ideas and that sort of thing. But really, it's just been by trial and error. So I decided to do a painting course, which has been dull, but also it's a really structured one. And so we're painting, you know, like shapes that are made out of white foam cones and spheres and boxes and things. But it's been good because now I can say I know what I'm doing. You know, I already did know what I was doing, but now it's confirmed that I do, if you know what I mean. It seems silly, but it's just giving me a bit more confidence about my painting. And I've also picked up some good tips, you know, like techniques with brushes and, I don't know. Like most artists, I think I'm quite insecure. But anyway, enough about me. This piece, the reason I started talking about that was she gave us some canvas paper, which is on the other side, to do some techniques on, and we're supposed to keep it, but it was such a nice piece of canvas paper that I thought I'd use it. And so I, you know, streaked some paint onto it and then drew, I think I drew initially a bit of a sketch in pencil, and then I went over and embellished it all with black biro, which is what this is too. So it reacts really differently to the texture of the canvas paper, and I like that. And then, yeah, coloured background, stamped pieces. So something else. Oh, yes, these lovely embellished ones. So, what can I say? Let's just look at them for a minute while I compose my thoughts. So, I just haphazardly sprayed blue paint onto this, which I don't have all those fancy delusions paints and things. I'm just not particularly into all of that. I just made my own with $2 mister things that you can get from, I think it might even be $2 for a pack of 3, from, you know, the bargain stores, Hot Dollar, that kind of thing, and diluted the colours that I wanted just with water, enough so they spray. If you dilute them a lot, you're going to get quite a pale, washed out colour, obviously, and if you dilute them less, you get a more intense colour because there's more pigment, you know, to water ratio. So I did that and just painted a bit of, this was some Aldi paint that someone gave me. It's got the most disgusting texture. I don't know what they use, and it's like really chalky. And then just biro. I've got a pack of coloured biros, and yeah, all of these pieces. So this is black biro down the bottom here too, where I've done this drawing. And then all these little pieces, hopefully you can see, I've just cut this form to replicate what I started drawing, and out of a whole lot of different printed and coloured papers. So that's one of the things that you end up doing when you create all these backgrounds and stamp them and whatnot. You end up with your own sort of library of coloured papers that you can, you know, use where you want. So there's a whole lot in here. And over here, I really liked how I had this. This is out of a magazine. It's a Buddha, and I've just embellished it a little bit. But all the rest of it, one of the stamp designs I did, I just sort of cut out, you know, bits of the shapes and I've pasted them on here. And then I think around the Buddha was sort of more goldy pieces, and there's a few of those that I've used. So they're actually out of magazines, but the colours were so similar to the stamped pieces that I've done that you can't really tell which is which, you know, they complement each other really well. So I just, cut out bits and pieces. I'd already, I think I painted all the circles on the street background first, and then, you know, filled in bits with the collage pieces that I'd cut out, and then highlighted some of them again with heavier, just black biro. And I've used, over here was a bit dull, so I just did with the white pen. I think they're Insignia or something like that.